break, and then we're going to resume with the exercise. So and pick it back up. Okay. So yeah, if he doesn't mind like walking them through the basics, then we can get the live stream up and running again. I can kind of walk through the exercise of putting the files up there. No, not the Git one, the HTML one. Yeah. There's one before that. There's one that's it's up to Alan. If he's starting with like the 4 o'clock like HTML content at this point, he can just do that. Okay. Yeah. If he's doing that and showing that in the context of Git, that's fine. We don't need to. We can just drop the solid password there. So. Okay. All right. Let me know if he wants me to fire it back up and do a little bit more on Git stuff. Okay. All right. Bye. Oh man.
So when you
network stability.
when you create the new branch, is that created in the directory, or is it kind of like
it's sort of like okay. So when you've got your directory. There's a little folder. Remind me to show you. I'll show you. There's a hidden Git folder. It's like .git that's in that repository. The entire contents of that folder and the entire history that's ever been in that folder essentially is in that little database thing. Don't mess with anything in that Git folder, or it'll don't delete any files or anything. It'll kill your repository. But that's sort of where everything is stored. And so what you're doing when you're checking out a branch is Git is saying, okay, take everything in this branch, and it's like rebuilding essentially what's in that folder. And it does it in a really efficient way. It kind of dips it and sort of regenerates that folder. So in that example, it's really trivial. It's just that logo changing. But a lot of times when you check out a branch, it's like you'll see new folders, you'll see new everything. It'll be a totally different thing. And you can switch back and forth. So as long as you've got things committed, you can switch back and forth, and it basically just regenerates. If you've got things loaded in your editor, it'll like reload them and stuff. It'll, it's like have you ever seen like the magic trick where they've got like a table that's set up and somebody just yanks the tablecloth out like that? It's essentially gets like yanking the tablecloth out from that folder and like replacing it with the content. So it only lives in one place. The cool thing about that is other source control repositories will have like, if you use Subversion or something different like that, it'll have actually like different folders, for different versions. And the problem with that is if you have like absolute paths looking at a certain spot, or you have like code that kind of works together, multiple pieces that sort of work together, you have to like update all those links and everything. So it's really nice to have it in one folder and be able to just switch content, switch versions within that same folder. There are a lot of benefits to it.
So kind of just like recreates the folder.
Yeah.
And like that's
like on the fly.
Yeah, and then you can edit that, and when you want to actually commit it,
do
a commit.
Yeah, and you add stuff, and then commit it, and then it's like in that database. And then you switch to another branch, that file goes away. Like, don't worry, if you switch back to the branch, the file reappears.
Okay.
Like it's like a.
But it's not stored locally.
Yeah.
Oh, it is stored.
Yeah.
Okay.
The entire history of everything in that repository is all in that little .git folder.
.git folder.
Yep. It's stored like hyper efficiently. It's awesome.
And then any changes you make, does it make the changes within the .git folder or outside?
The .git folder is it's where the database lives. You're not really going to be able to see anything in there. It's sort of stored in a certain format. It does it for your visible content in your folder. The Git thing is like it's supposed to be hidden essentially. It's like where the database lives. It replaces everything but that. That's the only thing that kind of stays there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's like the kernel of the matrix. It kind of reproduces the entire environment out from under it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's the database where all the branches and everything is stored, all the history. Yeah, yep. And you'll go back into some open source projects. So you go back into a really old open source project, like a big one, like Linux. Like Linux is an open source project, so you can go to GitHub and like see all the changes that have ever been made to the Linux operating system, and it's like insanely big. And it's all the changes and all the branches, the entire history of that's ever happened to that operating system. So you can imagine how big that would be. But yeah, you check out a different branch. Sometimes it takes a little while on those types of things. It's huge repositories, but it's still pretty quick compared to the old options that used to be available.
So it does take time to compile.
The bigger it gets, like if you check out a branch, it takes a little while to kind of shift it if it's an enormous project. But normally, source code is really small. It's super compressible. It's just text, and the way it diffs text is like crazy efficient. So on most things, if you're, unless you have like giant large files that are changing and stuff, if it's mostly text stuff, it's instantaneous when you switch branches. Yeah. So the good news is my internet connect. Bad news is we lost the live stream. Allie's going to finish it up down there and do the Git stuff that I was doing anyway. The good news is it doesn't seem like that's blocked. Like we will be able to push and pull and do our exercises. It was just my computer. I guess maybe there's a timeout thing or something. Huh? Yep. All right. So if everybody is back and ready, we'll kind of what I'm going to do is let me shut this stuff down. Kill this live stream. Go.